Good before noon, Sam. In answer to my own question that I had given to you, yeah, Coke. Diet is disgusting. It's awful. Why it was invented, I'll never know. The Coke, yeah. But on the subject of dorm life and home life pros and cons, I figured, well, I might as well do something a little bit interesting. But before we get into that, I apologize for the slight tardiness on my video. That was an accident. I started uploading it, and then I had to go to class, and when I got back home, I forgot to publish it, and it was a total accident. It was ready to go, but it did not. But back on to a pros and cons list. Why don't I go ahead and write the pros and cons list of being in a long distance relationship? I wonder if I can add an echo there. I'll get back to you on that. But yes, I am in a long distance relationship. I have been in many, and I figured I might as well write up a list. I am actually in a long distance relationship with someone I've been in one with before we got back together. And I figured I might as well just go ahead and write up pros and cons on why that is both awesome and no.
Pro reason number 1 for being in a long distance relationship.
I get to utilize this app called Glide, and it's essentially Snapchat, but messaging with videos instead. Like, you send the person the video and then it's not deleted 5 seconds later, so you basically have the entire chat history of you and that person. Well, I have a new phone now, so we've only sent each other a couple of videos since, but you have an entire video history of your conversation, and I think that's really neat to have access to. It is also great for the deaf community. Anyone in the deaf community, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the little bottom thingy. Check it out. It's really, really cool. I promise I'm not a spokesperson. I just think the app is so awesome.
Con reason number 1 for being in a long distance relationship.
In all honesty, it gets lonely. You honestly wonder when you're ever going to see this person, how long it's going to take, if you can even wait that much longer, and I feel like it takes a lot of perseverance. I've honestly gotten past that lonely feeling. It still does settle on me sometimes, but it's really nice to know that you can get past that loneliness and find ways to get around that loneliness. So I think that's a pretty low con that got better. I don't know.
Pro reason for being in a relationship that is long distance number 2.
You can fart and they will never hear it.
Con reason for being in a long distance relationship number 2.
If you ever do, like, end up in the same room, you can't have that subliminal fart anymore. Like, you just can't fart anymore. Unless you break the barrier, but that'll never happen.
Reason for being in a long distance relationship numero 3.
I have a legitimate reason to be on my phone all the time. Texting, gliding, Snapchat, Vine, face tweeting your book. I'm always on my phone, and I always have an excuse.
Con reason for being in a long distance relationship number 3.
If something happens to one of you, how would the other know? I mean, me and my significant other don't really tell anyone, so that we're together, so it's kind of just like this big secret. So if something happens to one of us, yikes. But I don't want to think about that. What would you ever do a long distance relationship, Sam? I don't think you've ever really told me this before. Would you ever consider it if it was someone that you really felt passionate for? Would you ever feel comfortable doing that? Do you think you'd ever be able to find someone that you could have that kind of connection with that you would do it? Go ahead, let me know, and I'll see you on Thursday.